Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Up on the stand today, we have Miss Fanta. Fanta is one of our old gals, as you know, and it is time for her bath. The older she gets, the less she enjoys these. So, take it for what it's worth. My hope is that this goes quickly for multiple reasons. One is I want to get 4 goats done today. And 2 is I don't need to make this an extended torture session for her. She's not going to enjoy it, which means I'm not going to enjoy it. And I don't blame her, right? At her age, there isn't much I force her to do, but she needs to be clean. She needs to still have her hooves maintained. So she still has to get up on the stand. She just doesn't enjoy any of this process, no matter what we do. Pulling bedding out of her tushy hair right now. That was sort of stuck in there with some poop. Fun times. Rest of that will come off with some bath. So why am I moving quickly? Well, a couple things. One, I am off schedule. So I'm off schedule because technically Denali is due up today, but I'm fighting the weather change, right? It's going to get colder potentially any day. Today is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, we're going to get up to almost 80. So I absolutely this is not getting warm. I absolutely want things. Well, you're going to watch me figure out why it's not getting warm. Maybe the gas isn't on. Works much better that way, right? Yay, look at that. All right, well, I'm not perfect. Gas should have been on before we started. All right, anyway, so Denali is due up today in terms of grooming schedule, but I'm battling the weather. And I don't want to wash the old gals in cold weather if I can avoid it. It's going to be about 75 degrees Fahrenheit today. It's sunny. It is going to turn windy, so they say. So I'm trying to get Fanta and Emma both done and dry before it gets significantly windy. Since I'm doing both Fanta and Emma today, normally I only do 2 in a day, except when I'm show prepping, and the hope there would be, just that it would keep it easy on myself. So doing Denali on top of that, where I know Denali is going to be a bit of a beast. She's got a lot of hair. She's, it's just going to take longer because of the volume of hair to shampoo and to condition and all that, right? So sort of decided that I'm going to try and get Ren and JC done as well today. If I get the 4 of them done today, then the only girl left that hasn't been washed is Denali, and I'm probably going to try and get her done alone as a single goat, which pain in the rear end to take everything out just for one groom, but we do what we got to do. I get her done Tuesday afternoon after work, where the weather should still be okay, but it's a little later in the day, so it's going to start to get chilly. She can handle that from her age and her body condition. And of course, they dry fast, so none of that is a huge issue. So that is the plan, right? Is if I do the 4 today, which in theory I should be able to do kind of in the same time frame it'll take me to do Denali. If I do the 4 today and then do Denali Tuesday night, then when I leave on my business trip, which crushes over the weekend, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. But it does. It is what it is, right? So I'll be gone for a weekend, and then when I get back, which will be close to the end of October, right? It's going to be closing in on Halloween. In New Jersey, that should mean we're pretty cool even during the day. But then I can do the 2 boys because that's all I would have left. Thorn should be fairly fast to do because just like Fanta, he doesn't have as much hair since he was cut. And Phineas, just like Denali, is going to be an absolute beast to do. But I'll just have to push through and get them both done on the same day. So I'm moving very quickly for multiple reasons, right? One, I'm trying to get 4 done today in a reasonable time frame so it doesn't kill my entire day. I've got other stuff to do, of course. And 2, she doesn't have a whole lot of hair, so it makes it easy to move quickly. And 3, I'm not prepping her for show, right? This is for her health and well-being. This is not about getting perfect for a show. This is about making sure that she is, clean. And really, minimally once a year, my belief is that, they should get an opportunity to have all the gunk off of them. Sometimes I do it twice a year. If we're showing in spring and fall, then it's twice a year. And if I'm going to do 1 goat, I try and do them all, even if they're not going to the show. You get in a routine, it gets a little easy to do. And it makes sense to just try and keep everybody happy. Of course, they're not happy during the process, but that's okay. It's not so bad. So yeah, Fanta's easy, right? I'm really just kind of scrubbing her skin. And doing it at least once a year, even on goats that aren't show goats, gives me that even deeper opportunity to check on their body condition, to see if there's any lumps or bumps. Because, even grooming, I'm using tools, I'm brushing. Yes, I'm touching them with my hand. Yes, I'm sort of, feeling them over from a body condition, but there's something a bit more intimate about the shampoo and condition process that really, sort of encourages and enables that hands-on. Now, again, we're not going for perfection here. We are not going for show quality because Lord knows my girlfriend is not show quality. And there's nothing wrong with that. We love her no matter what. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Meanwhile, other updates, kind of funny. I went out into the grow out pen the other day. I took some videos, so you saw them. And the couple of hens that we have out there, they're looking good. They're youngsters. They're probably 6 months old. And I forget, I don't raise chicks every year. I raise poults, I raise ducklings, I raise geese, goslings. But I don't do chicks every year. I only really do chicks on demand when other people want them. So this year I did a few extras because I wanted to keep them for my flock, just have some fresh blood, kind of balance out some of the older gang with newer gang. And you forget, those youngsters, boy, they start laying precociously, right? Ducklings do not lay until they're the following year, right? So with ducklings, if they're hatched in 2025, your first egg is going to be spring 2026. And there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, right? Goslings, same thing. Turkey, same thing, right? There's no egg laying in winter. Now, my chickens some of them are still laying. It's sporadic now that we're, into fall, but they are still laying. They'll close up shop once we change the time and it's dark almost all day, or at least for a good portion of the day. But these little gals, I went in to check on their little house, make sure it was still, clean and tidy, right? So that didn't need to be addressed with any touch-up cleaning. And I found 7 eggs in there. So yeah, they are laying. And you know, it's perfectly fine. Yes, they're probably even fertile because the roosters are in there. We're not hatching, right? Those eggs will go out to the wildlife, or I'll use them for cooking, baking, etc. They're not going to be quite as yummy because these guys aren't getting the bugs, grubs, and other fun things that the free range guys get, the older guys. But yeah, they're laying. Why they're laying at this time of the year? Well, that's just how nature is working for them. And all chicks seem to do that. It's not just my guys. It's not something strange. I just forgot it happens. All right, so we are about done on this side from rinsing the conditioner off that we let sit for a few minutes while I did the other side. Just going to give her a quick comb out, and there's really nothing here to comb. But again, the comb process, now that she's been washed and conditioned, just lets me get even more focus on getting down to that, you know, skin level, making sure we're not just grooming surface hair, getting out anything that may have gotten loosened up with the wash and the condition. She certainly isn't going to have knots and tangles because she's got no hair to knot and tangle. But that comb out process just does a nice job of finishing things up. Why is this? Aha. Ooh, let's open it up a little more, shall we? Or a little less. There we go. Spray, not stream. This went to the show with us, and I haven't pulled it out since, because this is the first grooming since we got home from the show, and apparently Farm Hubby had locked it up for travel, which is smart. I probably wouldn't have done it, because I don't think about those kind of things, like, gee, maybe like start spraying in transit. He thinks about that. And then I'd have to figure out why things aren't working. Last one. Now you'll notice with her, I haven't done her head yet. I'm going to. But we're going to finish up all of her body and most of the torture first. Then I'll do her head. And that'll be the last thing I do so that she can be done, head back out, and tell all her goat friends what a trauma she's had. She's probably going to need therapy. You know, it's terrible, the abuse that I put them through. Don't clip that and put that on the internet without context. There'll be someone out there that'll see a clip and think I'm admitting to something. You know, yes, I'm washing my goats. Not really abuse, but, you know, they think it is. So again, we'll do a quick comb out. Anyway, so since the show, and I told you, you know, like, oh my gosh, catching up from the show was crazy, getting back into routine, getting everything squared away, and now having to go away again is just a little bit wild, right? I'm looking around going, I have to prep the farm again. I was just away. Now I have to put it back ready for someone else to maintain for, you know, several days. And it's such a nightmare to have to do that. It really is. It's just no fun at all. I can't tell you how much I would prefer. I mean, yes, of course, I like to get away every so often, but the run up to getting away is crazy. Just like this, like trying to cram 4 goats grooming into one session so that I don't fall behind and so that I don't, you know, lose the opportunity to deal with the weather. Well, it's nice. All right, we're going to do your face, girlfriend. I know. Here we go. There we go. She's actually pretty good about that. Now, what we're not going to do is go hard on, shampoo and conditioner. In fact, I'm not even going to condition her head because there's no need to put her through. Oh, thank you. The second round. There's no hair up here to condition, but we do want to get her face clean too, don't we? Get your head clean. Get your ears clean. I know. Get your nosy clean because you got a lot of dirt in your nose. That's right. Okay. Rinse and we're done. Now you may be noticing a couple things. One is I don't immediately turn the water on and start rinsing. I wait until the temperature adjusts. Because it's point of service, on demand, hot water, we do get a little blast of extra hot water before it stabilizes to a nice warm temperature at the temperature setting that I have it at. You also may notice that we've got quite the puddle that I'm standing in right now. The drain is clogged, obviously, from some dirt. I'll unclog that before I bring the next one up on the stand. But yeah, Fanta is done, and I guarantee you she is quite pleased with the fact that she is done. We're going to put her back into the stall, grab the next one, and see if we can't get things done. I hope you are having a fabulous day wherever you are in this world. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Bye for now.